Two douchebags on a couch. One's an asshole, one's a grouch. And relentless, all their mouths. Jim and Eddie. Talk shit. Jim and Eddie. Talk shit. Jim and Eddie.
Welcome to Talking Shit with Jim and Eddie. We're here at the house, on the couch. I've got Jim Jeffries with me.
Hello.
I'm Eddie Ift. We've got a whole room full. We've got Jason Hour of Power.
Hello.
Yes, he is here. He hasn't left. He's kind of drunk.
If you were listening to the last episode from last week, he yet again is still wearing the Jim Jeffries t-shirt.
Yes. Yeah, it doesn't
A week
come off.
on, he's still wearing exactly the same outfit as when we were talking to him last.
We've got our intern Lindsay here, and we've also got our sound man Machete. We have a guest tonight. We've been doing guests a lot. It's been working well.
3 guests in a row. We're not always going to have guests.
No, but our first female guest. Jim and I are fans of this.
And we say it's our first female guest, and that's in saying that we consider Lindsay to be a guest.
So we have on. Lindsay's not a guest. But she's not a female either.
I would like to say that this female comic that we're about to talk about is I would say probably the funniest female comic in America for mine.
And why did we really want to have her on? What were we both in agreement of?
We've given a wine and we've never given another guest alcohol. That says everything you need to know. We're like plying her full of drugs and we're locking the door because there's a rape in the air, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome April Macie.
Hey, yay! Can I say when I walk down, it's like a dark alley to this rape cottage in the back. Like, there's just a sadness to it. You have to like creep past bushes, and
we're not even a real number. We're like something and a half.
And a half. I had to like ask some faggot that lives in the front. Who the fuck it was?
Oh, you don't even know who he is. We pray he doesn't listen to the podcast. He doesn't listen, does he?
No, I don't think he does. And I can't tell him.
Jason, what do you call
explain
him?
what he is.
G&G.
G&G. What's that mean?
Gay, not gay.
And what is it? Explain the relationship there.
Well, I mean, he's married to a woman, but he's very...
Gay.
Gay. And what is she?
When I met him, I thought he was gay. And then I saw that he had a wife, and I was like, he's gay, not gay.
And what is she? The wife.
A person.
But what is she?
I don't know.
Does she hump
I
mound
her,
is
but I
what
would
they're
imagine
asking. Is she a sweet mound humper?
She's gayer than him.
She's gayer than him. She's got
He
the
was a
shaved
flaming
head.
faggot.
Yeah,
He was very helpful.
He's flaming and she's very butch.
Yeah.
So it's gay, not gay. And there used to be Adrian Bauer lived next to them.
Adrian... What's his name?
Bauer, yeah.
Adrian Bauer from Men of a Certain Age, the Black Man of Men of a Certain Age.
Andre Brower.
Andre Brower from that, and Gay Not Gay the other two. And they're lovely people. Don't get me wrong.
Lovely.
They're
Making
great.
suits out of lady parts in the front.
But it's they're not fooling anyone.
No. And I like that our place is now called the Rape Cottage.
And the rape cottage out the back.
Yeah. It is. It was
We're
very
all having
creepy.
a good time, Lindsay. Please try
There's
to
never
pick
been
your
a
nose.
rape here.
And then I tried to get in the side door, and then they were like, "No." There was a no. I was escorted to the back.
Well, Eddie brought a girl back from Melbourne. And can we talk shit on?
Yeah,
on her?
absolutely.
She
Barnacle.
she has a witch's face to her. Very nice girl.
I didn't bring her. She showed up.
What is a witch's face? Is that like
She's
a
got
long
past
face?
features, just
Just a man jaw.
She should be over a cauldron.
Okay.
You know what I mean? She has one of those, but she good body on her.
Yeah,
And
great
she used to
body.
be backup dancer for Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
Nice lass. I really like. And do you think she listens?
Probably.
All right, well, I'm sorry. I think you're a lovely person, but
But a witch face.
Witch face, yeah.
A nice person with a witch face.
And so she flew all the way over to meet Eddie. And the lady who owns all the houses that we live in, Naomi, you tell the rest of the story.
Naomi runs into doing laundry one day out here and goes...
Because she's on holidays and Eddie makes her do his laundry, which I think is a nice touch. Yes. Anyway, carry on.
So she's talking to her and she says, you seem like a really nice girl. She goes, but I need to warn you about those boys. She goes, they've got women coming in and out of there constantly.
Is that true?
Well, no, it's not true. Not many of them leave.
Can I just tell you what I picture? I picture you guys like traveling through Australia on like a 2-person bike, just like scooping up pussy and like putting it in a satchel. Like that's what I.
That's a great
Is that what
idea.
Like you're talking like a tandem bike.
Yeah, like a tandem bike.
I picture
and
it
you pedal,
more-
and there's a lot of puss.
I picture it more like Eddie's on a motorcycle and I sit in a sidecar.
with a
That's how I
shovel.
see
With
it.
a shovel that you just scoop them up and throw
And we
them in.
just abuse each other. You didn't have to cut her first.
And Jason's on a water ski rope and rollerblades behind.
no, he's just running.
When I got here, Jason's pants were pulled up like he was Huckleberry Finn. What the fuck was that all
Were they
about?
really?
You
I
had
didn't
them all
even-
like
Put the
scooched
microphone up to your
Are you
mouth.
talking about like this?
Yeah, they were all scooched
like
up.
that?
He was
It's
he was-
not a good look for
my
a man.
legs get hot.
He
so
was
just
picking
put some air
clams
on 'em.
before he came on the show.
Jason, do 12 pull-ups for her. Show her
I
what a
don't like
man you
wearing
are.
pants.
I like you. I think you're very sweet. I
Now,
just
do
don't
you-
understand how you came to live here.
You don't know how. He used to be, before Eddie got onto him, he used to be over 300 pounds.
Yeah, it was
Really?
305. Yeah.
305.
Oh.
And now,
Put him on
look
the
at him.
I put
Look
him
at
on
him.
the paleo diet and CrossFit, and he's
And now he's down to
just
298.
fat
Make
now.
him work out.
He's just fat. How do I make you work out?
One-
I let you have a slice of
piece
pizza.
of pizza for push-ups. 100 push-ups for a piece of pizza. 100 sit-ups for another piece.
I've never seen another person where their weight has gone down and their esteem has gone down with it.
You guys are very.
It's quite the big thing. There's before and after. If you do the before and after finish, there's a picture of a fat guy smiling, and then there's this thin bloke frowning.
He's kind of like our project. We're gonna get him really skinny, really good looking, and then he's gonna kill himself.
And before us, you'd only slept with a couple of girls, and now every weekend.
Yeah.
Really?
How many girls since you've met us have you had sex with?
3.
Really?
How many
Three
in
more.
your How many
Three
in your
more.
lifetime had you had before you met us?
2.
How many were willing?
All of
We
them.
didn't say that.
I'm just.
No.
I
he
figured
does-
I'd join in on the
I'm a
abuse. I'm
gentleman.
sorry.
He's very. Oh no, abuse him all you want.
Okay.
Without
we don't care. We'll
without
enjoy
this
it.
podcast, he's really got nothing going on.
Except for guitar skills.
Oh, he's got guitar skills. Yes.
He can
And when he gives me that look,
yeah.
I love you, Jason.
I know.
I always defend. People actually comment on like iTunes that it's nice when I defend you when Eddie's being really mean.
Yeah, there's somebody who hates. The
I'm
way I
like
treat you.
you know in Star Wars when like the Emperor's really kicking the shit out of Luke with the lasers out of the fingers. I'm Darth Vader when he comes up to the Emperor like enough of that and throws the Emperor into the hole. Not exactly like that, but that's some type of.
Very similar.
Thank you, Lindsay. This story.
And Jason hangs out at a coffee shop on a regular basis. It's where he pretty much spends all his time and all his minions there. He's got a whole bunch of friends there, and they don't like the way we treat Jason. They all listen to the podcast, and they think we're
But
mean.
if you were just left with those people, you'd still be 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Probably.
And,
Yeah,
and
probably.
pussyless.
Probably.
And you wouldn't be coming to free comedy shows.
Probably.
And would
And
you
you
be-
wouldn't be getting your photo taken by fans.
No.
And would you be wearing a guy from the coffee shop T-shirt? I don't think so.
and Vans that I got for you from
Yeah.
Vans.
You buy him presents?
No, they
Yeah,
give,
and
they
I'm
give
going
me
to-
clothes, and I give them to him.
And I've been given free merchandise from the good people at Stern Pinball, and I'm going to be getting a pinball machine off them because I say nice things about because I love pinball, and I'll be giving you a Stern Pinball
Yes,
T-shirt as well.
And Vans have been very good to me and Jason.
Is
Yeah.
is the T-shirt worth the abuse?
Well, I mean,
Does it all add up for
You
you?
want to know really what happened?
Yeah, I want to know. Do they hurt you? Do they hurt you
We,
inside?
bo- we
my-
both want to know.
Yeah.
My wife of 12 years left me, and all I had was Eddie and Jim.
Oh,
At the end of it,
this story keeps
and
getting sadder.
they let me live on their
and
couch.
It's like a person who fucking gets out of Iraq into Afghanistan.
I think I'm gonna kill myself after the show. There's an air of sadness.
If you spend enough time with them, go to a movie with them. I will pay you whatever your next gig pays you to go to a movie with him and just spend like a night at the movies. And when you come home,
Why?
you will
What does
have
he do?
No, you'll have suicidal tendencies though.
What?
But you
Running? No.
like a mixed race guy.
like a light skin mocha, like a mocha
You
latte.
like the Africans.
Yeah, a half.
I like
Really?
a African girl. I love a African girl.
One parent must be white.
I went out with one that was half,
Yeah.
in Kansas.
Do you like redheads or blondes? And I
Redheads.
said-
Now, redheads do taste different.
Yeah.
But you're not a natural redhead.
No, but what do they taste
But
like?
if I said
There's something a bit more.
Pungent? What is it?
No, it's
As you're making the mouth gesture.
It's got a thicker. It's a more viscous type of.
Okay.
It's
It's a
You're
good
gonna make me
word. It's a
throw
good-
up.
Yeah, you like that?
It's a good word.
Yeah, you fancy me now, don't you? Yeah, viscous. You thought I was
Viscous
just
is, viscous is the way you describe your oil when it isn't good in your motor. Don't.
Pass it on. Pass it on.
Yeah.
Pass it on.
Viscosity is the thickness of a liquid, right?
What's the viscosity of your vagina fluid?
I'm not talking about
Yours never gets past the matted hair.
It's powdery.
You animals. You two are fucking animals.
What did he say?
Bam!
Say it again.
I said it's powdery.
So when she,
Is that the fucking flaps flapping in the wind when you make that sound?
when she queefs, there's a big fucking.
Dust. Dust
Dust comes
comes out.
out. I reckon ghosts. I reckon the ghost of Twitcher just falls out.
She has to beat her vagina with a broom from time to time, take it outside. Put it on the patio.
You just get the
hit
welcome
it.
mat off the front and give it a good whack.
My Nana comes over and beats it.
Sometimes,
You know,
sometimes
there's
she
something
uses a
about woman
plunger.
on woman crime that's so much more fun.
I feel
like when you actually went on about a vagina, I'm like, yeah, take that, Lindsay, and your big flap dusty vagina.
I'm so
Lindsay's
empty.
actually giving me. You know what? I will give Lindsay credit because she does edit the show and she does leave these
she leaves
these
it all
things
in.
in because we give her full edit control and she
Yeah,
leaves
leave
these
it in.
things in.
How's your self-esteem been doing since you started the show?
Really great.
And your sister, we were talking about your sister, and your sister who's a farm girl.
Yes.
She's out at the moment.
She's back home. She flew out
What?
yesterday.
She was sick though. What was wrong
She's
with
very
her?
sick. Yeah, she got. There was a lot of
I
snow.
think I
back
gave her AIDS, is what you're looking for.
then. I let her in the house for like 10
She'll get a
minutes.
cold and then
AIDS.
she'll be all right for 5 years.
My grandparents died of AIDS.
Did they really?
Yeah, they did. Both my grandparents died of AIDS.
This is a bit.
They
you're
did
going with
not.
a bit.
No, I swear to God.
I see it coming
It's
a mile away.
No, it's 100% true. My grandfather had open heart surgery in like 81, blood transfusion, unknowingly passed it to my grandmother.
Knowingly.
Unknowingly. It wasn't like,
Yeah,
oh,
that
fuck, I'm going to
changes
give you some
everything.
AIDS. No, that's horrifying. No, both of them, AIDSy grandparents.
Oh, Jesus.
Sex killed my Nana.
Wow.
So keep joking about AIDS.
How old were they?
All right.
No, I'm
If
fine
I was
with the
if I was
AIDS.
you, April, I wouldn't listen to the other podcast.
Or travel with us through Africa.
What did you guys talk about? Well,
Yeah,
Just
did
hideous.
did any of your parents die cancer or anything?
no, it's all right. And I'm all right with I can make jokes about AIDSy grandparents.
I think that
AIDS,
is
that
quite-
was
well,
his nickname for a while. When I met Jim, that's how we became friends.
No, that was our nickname for each other.
That's how we became friends.
AIDS-y?
We
AIDS-y.
bonded
Did we ever
over
tell the
AIDS-y.
story about when I got the AIDS test?
Yeah, we went and got an AIDS test together.
Did you
No,
really?
did you ever tell that story on this?
I don't think so.
No, I've
Have
never-
I ever told the AIDS story?
Tell the AIDS story.
Well, I took Jim. When I met Jim, we were in Cape Town, South Africa, doing the Cape Town. Or I'd met him before, but we didn't get along. I go to the Cape Town International Comedy Festival. Jim is there. I get there 3 days late. Jim has already been there doing pounds of cocaine and fucking every random girl he can find.
Very
One of them
impressive.
being
When in Rome.
the young, like hot, like comedy groupie who
was Pie Face's friend?
Yeah, she was friends with this guy we call Pie Face. And she's the skankiest little, like, this is a girl that would just fucking hang out with every rock band and just fuck anything.
She was Trailer Park.
But
yeah.
she was hot.
yeah.
And
They always are.
He's a very pale person. He was even whiter. And I go, "What's wrong, Jim?" And he's louder than me. And he's being very quiet. And I go, "What's wrong?" And the first thing out of his mouth, I haven't even seen him in years.
Yeah.
I go, "Hey, Jim Jeffries, how are you?" He goes, "I fucked that skanky girl the other night. We were doing coke. The condom broke. There was blood everywhere. I have AIDS."
everywhere.
Why was there blood ever? What the hell? What
was on her
the
period.
fuck goes on? Oh, okay. I thought there was like some sort of
it was one of
violence.
those
big.
ones.
He's
It
got
was
a
one of
big
those
cock,
ones
too.
where she came on a period during the sex. Plus, I'd
Okay.
slit her throat, and there was a lot of blood from that.
You,
For the second
you
there.
get sexier and sexier every minute. It's astounding.
So anyway, tell the rest of the story.
So Jim has so I find it hilarious that Jim thinks he has AIDS because
I was panicking.
Because I've been through a lot of these scares.
AIDS
where,
scares.
Yeah, and
of
where
course.
I'm like,
who hasn't?
Yeah. So
My grandparents.
Hilarious.
thank you. Good night.
Come on, that was
Good.
pretty
It
funny.
was good.
No,
It was excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I don't know.
have that,
I don't
April.
know. I
Use
can
on
follow
stage.
that.
Good.
So I see Jim, and for like a week he won't talk. He won't talk, and I'm like, come on, and he won't go out, and we're going out at night, and he's like, I'm just gonna go home and die.
He's convinced he's riddled with AIDS.
I was convinced.
So I am having so much fun going, come on, AIDSy, get in the van, and I just keep calling him AIDSy, and he's not happy. And one day we're on our way to lunch. There's like 20 comedians at this festival. We're all going to lunch, and Jim's like, I can't fucking take it anymore. I can't. He goes, I gotta get tested. So we go to the mall.
They just have random.
It's Africa.
I will take over this
pretzel.
bit of the story, and you can tell the end. So I go in to get this AIDS test, and they say it might take a couple of months after you thing, but they say that's a lot of bullshit. If someone gets raped, they test them right away.
Yeah.
But just in case. And I have been tested since this incident as well. This isn't my last test. So anyway, I go in there, and they do it because it's Africa. They do it in like 10 minutes for you.
No, an hour. You had an hour. You had a 1 hour. I remember.
No, because it was before the appointment. I waited there. I was in there for an hour.
Oh, yeah,
but there's about 15 minutes when they take the blood. So they take the blood. They take the blood upstairs to go into. I think it's just a spinning machine. If anything I've seen off TV, they spin the blood around.
And he got AIDS from when they tested him.
Yeah. So I'm down. I'm up there with this spinning thing. Now in Africa, when they go and test you for AIDS, they give you. A woman comes in the room who has AIDS and sits down with you to go, it's not that bad. And then she goes to hug me. I'm like, don't hug me, but in 10 minutes we should have sex maybe. Right? So I'm sitting there. I come back and it says negative, and I'm all happy, and I walk out, and Eddie, take over the story.
Jim looks at me and he's like, I'm negative. And I'm like, oh, okay. He goes, and he points at me and goes, you have AIDS. And I'm like, no, I don't. He's like, you have AIDS. And I'm like, no, I don't. When did you get tested? I'm like, no. And so for the rest of the festival, I was AIDSy. And he just kept telling everyone, he's like, he has AIDS. He has AIDS. And I'm like, I don't have AIDS. And every girl I'd meet, he'd be like, he has AIDS. I'm positive. And he's like, I have a test to prove I don't have AIDS. Ask him for his test. And you were 99.97% AIDS free, they told you.
What's that 0.03
Well, there was
AIDSy?
because like 6 months later, or it takes like 6 months there's an incubation period. So they were like, so then that was my defense to Jim. I'm like, you have 0.03 AIDS. I know you have 0.03 AIDS.
I've never told you this, but one time we were at the Improv and we were chatting to some women, and
You told them I had AIDS.
Well, kinda, but like, what happened? I think you were there, closer.
Was that when was this?
This is the one where he was acting like a bit of a knob. He came up and we were chatting to these hot girls, and he acted like a bit of a knob. Or you said something
I
about
did?
no. Eddie did. He said something about my weight or something like that, and then he nicked off. And then I just said, and I said it so earnestly. I just turned to, I think, Jason. I didn't say it to the girls. I go, we got to stop him drinking. You know, with his AIDS medication, he's not allowed to drink this much. And I didn't do it like jokingly or anything like that. And then we turned back and chatted to these girls, and then there's nothing for you from that moment on.
I don't remember that.
I wondered why they were showing Jason more attention than me.
So April Macie,
Yes.
how many congs you slept with?
1, 2, 3. Mitch Fatel.
Gary
Fatal.
Coleman,
Yeah, she fucked Gary Coleman.
the little
Yes.
midget.
The little black man.
Did you really?
Yeah, she said she had
no, it
shiny
would have been a
black
better
men.
story though, had
Gary-
Is that what you meant by half black?
You're so quick.
And charming.
That's why you should give me a go.
Yeah, give him a go.
And then one that causes me a great deal of shame.
Who's that?
I'm not gonna.
You have to tell
I
us.
can't.
We're not
can't.
gonna let-
I know.
We will not
I
let
know
the
one
show-
of them.
You do.
I think I know who it is too.
Tell me who it is. I did not fuck him, but he did bring a hooker to my room.
Wait, let's hear that story.
You want to hear that story?
Yeah, let's hear that story.
let's hear that story. So
I think he'd been doing a lot of coke, and he had like this sad willowy penis that would not stay erect.
Are we happy to say this comic's name?
Yeah, she said it.
No, we haven't said
I
the
will
name.
I will say that it rhymes with Love Lavidoff.
Who doesn't love Lavidoff?
And like we hooked up, there might have been some like finger blasting in an elevator, and then
That just gave me blood flow.
Fuck it, you finger blast in the elevator.
there might have been some. I don't
You had
know.
your finger
I don't
in his
know.
butthole.
What?
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, what?
No,
you take it to a real
Eddie
faggoty
was
place
switching
right
it. It
there.
wasn't. It was unpleasant. Carry on.
And there was some hooking up, and then there was a sad, like flaccid, melting, willowy penis, and there was a lot of going into the other room and then coming back and chain smoking. It was a lot of weirdness. And then around 6 a.m., I was like, I can't deal with this shit anymore. I gotta go to sleep. I got a flight in the morning. And he was like, I'm gonna go downstairs and get some aspirin. And then he like scurries downstairs, and then he comes up and he's like, can I get your room key? Those Canadian guys that were following us around need a place to stay for a little while. And I just gave him my room key, and then I woke up like, I don't want any fucking Canadians in my room. I got, a computer in there and some, I don't know, cash and shit. And then I went downstairs, and sure enough, he's banging like a middle-aged hooker, had gone through my stuff and found my fucking Plumeria body lotion for a hand job. And then there's like cigarette butts in the toilet. It was like a crime scene.
Is now my hero.
So, okay,
I just wept. There was a lot of weeping.
What he said is, I need to go downstairs to get some ass.
Aspirin.
Not ass. That's what he said. He didn't say prune on the end.
I see it now. He needed like filthy sex that I wasn't providing.
So you had sex with two comics, and Gary.
I did not have sex. I did not have sex. There was a lot of making out.
Who was the third comic? Come on. Nobody listens to this show.
You know what? When they're not
this is
funny,
big in the UK.
It hurts.
Come on, who is it? Jim has to know if he has a chance. Who's the third?
No,
shut up.
I
I'm
drink a
getting
lot.
there.
It might be me.
It's too much.
So just do it. We talk about it. He made out with a guy. He told that story. No,
it's so humiliating. I love that you're winking back and forth. Like I can't see that with like a palsy wink over there in the corner.
How humiliating is it? Is it like
it's just bad because I don't find him funny. If he were funny, I wouldn't care.
I thought you were going to say.
Do you find that in comedy? Like I found that, and I've only just given this up in my life, that I, for the longest time, couldn't be friends with a comic, even if he was the best guy in the world, if he wasn't funny.
Yeah, it hurts.
I couldn't be friends. And now I'm like, look, I'm friends with Eddie. I can do it now, but for the longest time I couldn't do it. And I imagine having sex with someone really unfunny.
It's riddled with shame. You feel a lot of shame. You can't make a lot of eye contact.
That's how I feel when I masturbate.
Just the most
all the time.
uncharismatic.
There's nothing worse than when you got cum on your face and someone's giving you a bit and you don't think it's any good and they think you're winking at you.
I fucked a female comic one time. I don't even know her name. She's not even that good. And I remember afterwards, like everything was fine. I thought we're never going to talk comedy. And we're lying in bed after sex. And she goes, so when the audience turns on you and you feel like, what do you do? Like, what's your best approach? And I went, get out. Just get the fuck out of my room.
And then Zach Galifianakis left the house.
Your girlfriend was...
she's a comedian.
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
She's a comedian, yeah.
She was a tiny
Would you tell
flower.
us? Stop trying to get out of this. Who's the third person?
She's actually very funny, Rachel. Yeah, she's very funny.
Yeah, she was adorable, too.
She does a great little joke about... what was the joke about? One time I said to her, she goes, I treat you like you're the last woman on earth. Like I had said something like that to her. And she goes, well, I wouldn't want that. That means you just tie me in the basement and let men come on me for $1 million.
Funny.
I tell you something, Macie, right? I read your... on Facebook, we sometimes chat very occasionally on Facebook. Yeah. And you said something once that on Facebook that made me actually like get depressed and laugh at the same time. And the comment was, I'm in Kansas. Or it was something like that. It was one of those towns. I'm in Oklahoma or something. Just done a show. I'm back in bed. I've been drinking a lot of whiskey. This is no life for a woman. It wasn't a joke. You were actually just venting.
I was really sad.
This is fucking horrible.
I don't blame you.
It's no place for a woman.
It's no
Let's
place
be
for
honest.
a man. It's a fucking horrible life. People go, don't you have the greatest life ever?
Guys can pedal around and scoop up your pussy.
I hate the traveling. Now I've given up drinking. The pussy doesn't even come into play.
I don't drink much anymore.
I can't do what you guys do.
Without the drinking, I'm not even interested.
Without the drinking and the pussy, it's the worst job in the world. It's horrendous.
I'm watching midget programming on TLC in a bed by myself.
We have more fun doing this than we do on the road at the moment.
When we're on the road,
It's
we talk on the phone. That's what we do.
We actually do this podcast every day, but without microphones.
You know what I like that she was getting to? She wanted to know. There was one point where I stopped her and she looked at us. She goes, how did you guys get like this?
Yeah, what was it?
How are you guys such fucking animals is what I need to know. Because here's my fear is that all men secretly wish that they could be as disgusting as the two of you.
He's really honest, and I think like him, but I keep it in a lot.
You started doing comedy to get pussy. Let's just right?
No.
Come on.
Do I come off like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do I?
Yes.
Eddie, yes.
But I was always. No. But I agree with that. Like there is some aspect that absolutely.
I feel like there's something wrong in the family with Jim.
There's nothing wrong.
There's something that happened.
If everyone's heard letters from my brother, then you'll know that this is not
and I come from
no choice.
I come from
This is
such a functional family that we're dysfunctional.
He's rebelling. I have to do
I
this.
say that if my family, if we were a band and they did like a VH1 behind the music, it would be like they went out on the road, they came home. There were no heroin addictions, there were no car crashes. It's fucking weird how functional it is, but I was the black sheep and I was always a problem child and had fucking issues and was the class clown and kicked out of every school I was ever in, like could not stand school. But I will relate a lot of that to Pussy because I was bad at everything except for making people laugh. So I went, all right, that's my only way that I possibly can get laid.
I feel like my childhood was so fucked up that I have no other options in life, no other life skills.
No, I feel that people really need grandparents in their lives.
Such an asshole. I'm going to just go home and weep after this goddamn podcast.
When you opened that door, I was like, she thinks we're not going to jump on that one.
No, I'm fine with it. I've made peace with it. And if I can figure out how to make it funny on stage,
Look,
I'll have one
we'll
life.
do it for you.
Please. I need some jokes.
I'm
about
living
patience.
with it now. I've been fine with it ever since you told me.
Jim's.
Now,
I thought you were talking
there
about
was the picture that we have up on iTunes, because there's only one photo of me and Eddie that's ever in existence, so we have to use it. We don't particularly like the photo, but there's a picture of me and Eddie in that alleyway wearing like matching Converse jeans, different coloured T-shirts, both in suit jackets, wearing Ray-Bans, and it was just coincidental that we left the house dressed like that. And then so that picture was up on Facebook with one comment underneath my Facebook picture of that by April Macie that says, "This faggoty must stop. This faggotry must stop."
It was upsetting.
It is.
You planned out your outfits
No,
like
we
a couple
didn't.
of homos.
No,
You
we
went to the guy in the front and you had him fucking coordinate. Don't lie.
No, we didn't.
No,
Jim and I.
No, wait a second. We went to the improv one night, and you guys did put on matching outfits. I was here. I saw it happen.
No, okay, I'll tell the story that happened there as well. There was the plaid shirt era for us both, where we were constantly wearing plaid shirts, but a lot of men were. That was the era 3 months ago. And we still do from time to time. And that's when we were playing Club Nokia, and I had a plaid shirt, and Eddie had a plaid shirt, and you wanted to come along, and you were so worried that you weren't going to fit in that you squeezed your fat little body into one of my plaid shirts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you take it? Why take
It was terrible.
Why-
It was
why
terrible
do you-
because there was those snaps, those buttons.
That shirt's
and it was
never been the
popping
same.
off while he was wearing it.
I could put that shirt in the dryer for hours. It'll never get back to the same shape.
Every beer he drank, he lost a button. They were snapping off.
I thought he was bringing back candy. What the fuck happened to that
What
program?
happened to the fucking candy?
Yeah, what happened to the he didn't even have enough money for cigarettes. He had tell him.
I was 40 cents short on the smokes, and I had to beg them to let me take the smokes out of
They're
the store.
used to it from you.
Oh, wow. That must have been a horrible moment for you. Begging, geez.
By the way, there was
this hour. Normally do it through daylight time.
Hey, by the way, I read a Twitter from April Macie earlier that says, about to go do a podcast with @Jim Jeffries and @Eddie Ift. I forget the name of it, but I'm going to call it Puss Hounds Make Talky Talky.
I suggest we change the name.
Puss Hounds Make Talky Talky. That's the name of this episode.
No, but the thing is, like, I've retired my Puss Hound days in the last 3.
I'm not buying it.
And
Jim has
and I have as well.
I like the wink associated as you talk about like bloody AIDS-ridden vaginas. And I'm supposed to be on board with.
My girlfriend says she doesn't listen either, and I know she secretly does.
Yeah.
Of course she does.
Yeah.
He's got this new girlfriend.
Do you love her?
Vegan.
Jim told her tonight he didn't.
It was very uncomfortable.
Thank you.
Pass it on to Lindsay.
We were in the kitchen listening to something, and I don't know what brought it up.
I'd bought all these the chicken cups from Mao's, and she had a tofu cup, lettuce cups.
Yeah. And everyone was eating, and Jim just out of nowhere said something.
She offered me some of her
she offered you something of tofu, and Jim goes,
like, why don't you just fucking put a cock in my mouth?
And Jim goes, he looks right at her and goes, I could never date a vegan.
Because that would be a deal breaker.
That would be a deal breaker.
That would be a deal breaker.
What are the other deal breakers?
like going cocks.
Yeah.
No, I like going out to a
Sometimes.
restaurant. I like going out to a restaurant and having a meal, and that's a big important thing. Eating
a steak, a
Not even a
delicious
steak, but just like. Also, you can't listen to vegans. When vegans start telling you that something's yummy, I want to punch them. Like they don't even have any idea what tastes good. They go, "Oh, you got to try my tofu." Oh my God.
You know what I've realized? You're a very violent person for someone who never fights. Everyone you want to strangle.
I like to
and
keep
punch.
a bit of fear out there.
But we've watched when you got punched in your famous video.
Blocked it with my head.
You blocked it with your head and then ran behind the curtains.
I didn't run behind the curtains. I ran through a door into the backstage area and cowered. The audience had my back, and they all
did.
I'm not going to have. I've talked about this punch to the head for too many years now. We're not having this discussion, but watch it on YouTube. It's very entertaining.
Wow. Do you love her?
Jim, yes.
No.
Oh,
Do you love your sweet vegan lady?
I've been dating.
What does
for
vegan pussy taste like?
Hey.
kind of
Hey, well, the things we say about you, and now.
a lot like soy.
Oh yeah, I bet you it's a lot of soy. Yeah,
Sodium ridden.
yeah.
Her father is a massive man.
And that's why he's so nice about it.
Yeah,
Here,
Yeah.
massive.
He's an ex-footballer.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
ex-NFL.
nice.
I like your new girlfriend. I just couldn't. I personally could not date a vegan. I dated a vegetarian once, and that was awkward. But a vegan, it's just
What makes it so
an
awkward?
extreme.
because you're acting like a fucking child,
Yeah.
right? You're acting like a fucking child. We're meant to be eating
yelling at
eggs
me. I
and
eat
milk
meat.
and all that type of stuff. Stop acting so bloody precious.
Wait.
Animals eat other fucking animals.
What are you
That's
talking about,
how it works.
Lindsay? You can't eat anything.
I don't eat milk. I can't eat milk.
She lactose intolerant.
And
Now
I have
I've had this
and I have a
discussion. I had this
gluten
discussion with you. I'm also lactose intolerant. But you know what I
just
do,
go through
Lindsay?
it and you shit
I
yourself
step up
on
to the
stick.
plate. I have a bad shit because I enjoy eating. I eat the cheese and
I'm
I
with
go.
you.
I go. This is going to be. This ice cream is going to make me have a bad shit.
And this is why I put toilet paper on my own
But
toilet seat.
I'm going to enjoy my ice cream, my chunky whatever Ben and Jerry's fucking ice cream,
And shit to
and
the
I'm going to
side
have
of
a
that.
horrible shit. But you don't stop there, Lindsay. You don't stop. Next for you is you've got a wheat allergy. There's no such thing as a wheat allergy.
Gluten? No, people.
Oh, it's a load of
You're
bullshit.
full of
women
shit.
It is a
have
real allergy.
Most
and
people,
digesting
human
grains.
beings, are all
We're not
allergic
made
to
to
wheat.
eat
Ladies and gentlemen, people who are listening out there, please man up.
I eat.
All right, just fucking grow some and eat your fucking wheat and have an ice cream sandwich and
This coming from a man who drinks his watermelon juice every night and stirs his Disney World cocoa into his milk. Man up! Man up! Now where's my Disney cocoa?
I like the Disneyland had a variety of cocoa when I was there, and I'm going to drive out there.
Man up!
It wasn't
Man
just
up!
one. I only have it cold in milk. I don't have it hot because I don't drink hot
Crazy
drinks. Hot drinks are for freaks. My favorite beverage in the world is frozen watermelon juice. That I buy it in the containers and put it in the freezer. And when it gets to the right consistency, I'm in heaven.
The clothes are silent laughing.
Silent laughing is happening. Right?
Yeah, in fact, I'm just saying that you do the same thing, Lindsay. You start going, oh, I can't have wheat, I can't have pasta, there's nothing here I can eat. I think it's all in your head.
No, I mean I've cut those things out of my diet and I felt a lot better.
But how were you feeling bad before?
Like if I eat milk or if I eat
Drink it. You meant to drink it.
Okay, so if I
you
drink-
it was probably off by the time you got to it if you were eating
If I
it.
drink milk or if I eat something with cheese or any kind of lactose, I immediately feel like sick, like in my stomach, like
I
have to
suffer
lay
from
down.
hemorrhoids so appallingly. Like to the level that
Definitely the same thing.
this is like with me, I get so much blood coming out of my asshole, and then there was the incident with it, but I get hemorrhoids that are so big now that I try to time my one poo of the day along with my shower, because if I
This is
wipe.
unsettling.
Yeah, I think that's your diet. Your diet sounds
No. I'm just I've had cameras put up my ass, and I am just unlucky in anal love. Like if I was gay, I would have to retire my ass, and I'd just be known for my phenomenal blowjobs.
They'd have to suck off his hemorrhoids.
Disgusting.
But it's like
It's like an extra ball just hanging out.
I tell you, I had one that came out that was like the tip of my pinky, and it was hanging out my fucking ass.
I'm gonna shit my
And
pants.
I was in agony just with it hanging out my. And then the thing is, you think because it's a bulbous vein, you think I'll pop it or something. But I have had toilet bowls that look like abortions. Like just a spray of blood around the entire wall. I don't know why you're laughing so much.
You know what?
No, I think it does give me a chance.
It's
because
bad.
I think April would appreciate a man
Your
who's so
honesty.
honest.
It's bad.
Tell
It's
you,
really.
if I didn't want to
wait.
fuck you before. Now. This lady's on board.
It's bad. It's bad when you shit blood. It's really bad when you fart blood.
I know.
Spray.
No. But what you do is if I don't have a shower with me and I got one, and these are like 50% of my poos now. What I do is I shit, and then you can't mop the blood up, and it has a very distinctive smell as well, hemorrhoid blood. And so what I do is I fold up a bit of toilet paper and wedge that up my ass. Sometimes I do a show with it up my ass until the blood congeals, and then I throw that bit of toilet paper. Sometimes I just throw it in the street.
So your asshole looks like it had a bad shave.
No, my asshole is all swollen up on one side. And the other side is all, so it looks like it's had a stroke. It's a vicious, horrible.
It's got Bell's palsy. Is that what's happening with your asshole?
It's the amount of times I've had girls in my life who've like gone, I'm pretty dirty girl. I'm going to tongue your asshole, and then they look up and they're just like, what the fuck is that car wreck?
And you're like,
of a
hey,
hole?
meet Rocky Dennis.
Oh yeah, it's
Rocket, get out of bed. Get out of bed, Rocket.
No, but it's
You know what?
Get April more wine.
You know what the funny?
Jason, go get us some more wine.
And could you get me one too, please, Jason? The Rocky Dennis, that movie. The funniest part about that is that Cher kind of looks like him.
Now, yeah, she's evolved into being actually his mother. Oh, he was just like one of those sort of. He had one of those. What was he? A giganticism or something? It was Eric Stoltz, wasn't it?
Elephantitis of the face.
Elephantitis. The amount of disability chat on this podcast as well has been outrageous.
I keep thinking we're going to run out of stuff to talk about because we've pushed it. And I'm like, oh, what are we going to talk about now? And
hemorrhoids was a highlight.
Yeah, we've gone.
Well, I'm just being honest about it. There's a lot of people who suffer silently. Well, not silently when they make a lot of sound, but
just a little.
There's a lot of people who...
No, Kelsey just had to go for a colonoscopy. She has terrible hemorrhoids.
Kelsey,
you've just
your
tried,
21-year-old
sister.
sister...
Protect us from your 21-year-old sister. Now you've
Your
told us...
21-year-old sister has horrible hemorrhoids.
Yes.
That's pleasant. And before we came on this show, you said, "Don't talk about my sister too much. It's not cool."
I was trying to be nice because I wanted you to not feel so awkward.
No. I don't feel bad about it. I've been very open about the whole thing.
Though.
But that was the thing when my liver started packing in from drinking too much, and the blood wasn't as bright red as it was, and I thought, oh, that can't be good. But I used to, like if I was fucking a girl, I like to finger up the ass. Who doesn't? Right,
everybody.
But now those days are over. This brings us on to something you were telling me before. That your nickname used to be Shitty, so don't tell me you don't like things up your ass.
No, I did not have anal sex in 9th grade. My 9th grade boyfriend started a rumor that we had anal sex and that I shit on his couch and that he had to throw the couch away and get a new couch at Levitt's. So for 4 years, my nickname was Shitty in high school.
I like how they mention Levitt's. Like the store is vital to the...
It solidified the rumor by making one little tiny detail.
You're right.
That's what Jason does.
It made it totally believable.
Jason does that with all his lies. He adds in little like factoids.
Jason, have you ever done any of these girls up the ass? Did you ever do your wife up the ass?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And was that just before she left, or was that early on in the relationship?
I would say that was years ago. Would be the last time that I saw any news.
Did she not like it, or?
I don't think she liked sex with me at all. To be honest, I mean.
I had a girl.
This is sadder than the hemorrhoids.
Alone again.
I had a girl
naturally
in London one time. I met this girl who was an Italian girl. Like,
all British girls take it up the ass.
But this girl wasn't British. This girl was Italian.
Yeah.
And I went home with her, and I was having sex with her. In the middle of sex, this is true, this girl turns around and looks at me, and I'm fucking her from behind, and she goes, "You want to fuck him?" She goes, "You want to fuck him my bum?" And I was like, all right. I didn't have plans on doing it, but all right, I'll give it a go. So I start trying to put it into her ass, and it's not going in. Like, I'm just trying everything to wedge it in there, and it won't go in. And she just stops. She goes, ouch, ouch, ouch. And she looks at me, and she goes, and I swear to God, this is the truth. She goes, sometimes a bum a yes, sometimes a bum a no.
I once was going down this bird in Scotland years and years ago. She was a proper squirter. right? Which they're quite a rarity.
Yeah.
How does that happen, by the way?
I'll show you
When you
later.
reach in and you
Take
feel
your
up where the alleged G-spot bit is,
Yeah.
you can feel that sort of fill
There's
like a
gland.
balloon.
Yep.
Really?
Like that sort of fills up, and then it does they just shake, and then boom, and it just comes out.
Okay.
And it's mostly like watery type of thing. There's not really anyway. But this girl, the first
Machete,
time.
by the way, Machete was just watching you like there was going to be a test. It was so intense.
Now the thing is, the first time someone squirts, you're like, and you've never seen it before, you're like, fuck, I'm the king, right? This is awesome. This girl's just squirted everywhere. But they don't stop. Like, and by the 8th time they squirt, you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, I sleep here, right? Because the bed's saturated. There's like half a pint of liquid each time.
Really?
Yeah.
Saturated.
Oh, they'll ruin-
I had to flip the mattress.
Yeah, you have to do it on the floor. They'll ruin your
They'll
bed.
ruin it. Unbelievable. Anyway, but enjoyable, you know. But anyway, this one girl, so she's doing that squirt. And then she has like a really intense orgasm and like a little nugget of a shit falls out as she comes
Shut
as well.
the
While I'm
front
going out.
door.
So she just goes, she squirts, and this little fucking nugget just comes out and sits on the bed, right? And I just sort of didn't see it come out. I said, what's that? And I picked it up with my hand.
Oh my God.
And I was like, fucking you shut the bed. Right? And she wasn't embarrassed. She wasn't like, oh fuck, what did I do? She just looked at me like, get over it, pussy. Right? Like just with the most confidence. And so I sort of, in my hand, held it and put it in the bin.
Oh, this is the most disgusting story I've ever heard.
He's really won you over now.
I love him. My empty soul loves him.
Well, you know, I wasn't enjoying it, Macie.
I had a friend, wink, wink. No, a friend of mine. It really was a friend.
So you know it falls down there because no one believes you have a friend.
I have a friend who was fucking a girl with the lights off, and he's fucking her on the edge of the bed. She's sitting like she's mounted him, and he's fucking her, and all of a sudden she gets up and runs to the bathroom, and she's crying in the bathroom. And he's like, what? What's wrong? And he said, the funny part about the story, he was in love with this girl, and they had dated for a while, and this was the first night they finally had sex. And he's fucking her, and he's like, it was amazing. And all of a sudden, she gets up and runs to the bathroom. She's crying in the bathroom. He's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? She's like, get my clothes, please. Just get my clothes. He goes back in, he turns the light on. There's shit all over the floor.
That's why I didn't come.
You got to go back 2 episodes. 2 episodes back here. Jason fucked the girl for all night and he never came because he needed to have a shit.
That's why I didn't let go, man, because I was going to shit myself if I did. I was scared.
I had a massage recently where because I'm a bit lactosey, and I had an ice cream. That was the day that me and you had the ice cream sandwiches. You know how we went out? Me and him went...
You guys are real faggots. You keep solidifying faggot status.
What's wrong with a little bromance?
The day we went out and got ourselves some ice cream sandwiches.
No, this is true. Me and Eddie had a meeting. We got things going on. We went and had a meeting. On the way back, I said, we'll stop off. I need a drink from the petrol station. We stopped over to get a drink, and it was a warmish day. And I said, and I had, what did I have? I had a Snickers
ice cream
sandwich.
He had the ice cream sandwich. He gave me a bite of it too.
Yeah, and I said,
he made me try it.
And I went, you got to try this. But I wouldn't let him hold it, so I fed it into his mouth. And then Eddie bought himself one of those, like the traditional Snickers ice creams, the blocks.
Jason.
Best snack in the world.
Talk about it, Jason.
Well, Eddie and I do that at least twice a week. We'll probably get one tonight after the show.
Wait. Why have I never been invited on the ice cream
You don't
trips?
have a bike.
You don't want to go.
You don't have a
anywhere
bike
with
either.
me.
We ride bikes to go get it.
I don't leave the house, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you a shut-in as well?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
We've
me
talked
too.
about
Yeah, I'm a
this.
shut-in.
I just stay in and I'm in
He
the
went to-
hotel
he went
room
to
and I'm
the
always
UK
like,
and
there's
he
a
got
pool there and
colour.
I never leave.
We
Nothing.
go down to.
I remember when I first met you, I told you this, and we had like a moment where you were like, really? You don't do anything either? I don't do nothing.
Nothing. All day.
When I go to your town and people go, what did you do today? I woke up, got in bed, felt a bit miserable, looked outside the curtains, shut the curtains again, and then I go off and do my gig and eat the fucking chicken fingers, and I'm back in bed.
Back in bed. Can't wait to get back in the bed.
And then he monitors his career on the internet.
Yeah, me too. That's what I do. Yeah, obsessive Googling.
You two are a match made in heaven. Maybe you can come shit in his bed and he'll pick it up for you.
There'll be a little nugget for you later.
So anyway, there was a story that I was telling before we went for the ice cream. What was I talking about?
Pooping. About you being lactose intolerant.
Oh, so that day, so I had an ice cream, and then I went and had a massage at the people down in Venice. And halfway through the massage, I needed to fucking spray the bowl so bad. And it was like a Thai massage where they walk on their backs. And it was the most... I was just holding in a shit where the lady went, your time's up. And I just sprung up, put my underwear on, and then just walked to the next room and went... It was like horrible. It was like war. That story ended in a bit of a whimper because we all enjoyed the ice cream bit at the beginning so much.
I'm thinking about the ice cream right now. Jason and I go down to these little shops down in what's that, Washington?
Yeah, down at the pier.
Down where the pier is.
Next time, but if you say to me we're going out for ice cream, I would come out.
You'll come out.
You don't have a bike. We ride our bikes down there.
Well, I want to ride my bike.
You gotta get a bike.
Get a bike. I gotta hook up on a bike.
Get me a bike.
Get him a bike.
Give me a bike like that one.
He doesn't have 40 cents. He's not getting you a bike.
No,
I'll give you money for the
but
bike.
I got a stylist.
And I'll give you a 5% biker's finder's fee as well. You can get 5% on top for getting the bike.
All right, so another $5 to me.
Yeah.
All right.
Jason has you just like to pick on Jason.
No, I think this is a good story.
She loves.
Pass the microphone on.
No, I think this is a good story. Jason has told me that he has a stylist.
What do you mean?
I introduced her to my stylist, actually.
But you're wearing a Jim Jeffries t-shirt.
Yeah.
You look like Morrissey from 1980.
No, I said he should get a hair.
Before
he
AIDS.
needs to get a haircut. And he said, I have someone for that. I said, what do you mean? He goes, I have a stylist.
Oh, well, he has a hairstylist. That's all right. I thought you were talking about a stylist for, like, his clothes.
His girlfriend offered to be my
What's that?
wardrobe person.
Eddie's girlfriend,
someday.
the vegan, is a stylist. You can't wear any leather things.
She's a fashion designer,
She wears leather.
Okay, those people are fucking hypocrites.
It's a lie. It's
You
all
can't
a
wear
lie.
leather shoes and a leather jacket and not eat the fucking meat. It's like that animal died in vain.
Her quote is, "What I won't eat, I'll wear," and her food thing isn't about animal cruelty. It's about her system and like.
I hate her now.
Okay.
You can't because your system.
I'll text her that.
Your body needs to process meat, and
I
it's
fucking agree.
healthy.
Go look at my freezer. It's all I eat is meat.
Yeah, it's
Your
delicious.
system. That's in her head. That system thing.
All right.
You admit that you might agree with it.
I took her.
If you agree with me, give me a look to say that you agree with me, and don't say it down the microphone.
All right. Listen. In Vegas.
Yeah, that was a look.
Wait. Hold on. In Vegas yesterday, I took her to eat pizza, and she got like deathly ill. She was throwing up.
Yeah, but you punched her in the gut afterwards. Trying to get rid of the baby that might have been put up there. We were talking about this the other day, that I don't understand how I've never had a scare in my life.
I've had a few scares, but nothing that was real. There was just crazy girls telling me.
But you had one that actually convinced you to come inside her, and she wasn't even...
How old were you?
This was like a week ago.
Oh.
No, I mean, no, this was like
That's why Lindsay's gained weight.
about a year ago. Didn't we say the only cum Lindsay would get from us is we tied her to a wall and threw it at her?
No, actually,
Yeah,
you
we
said
got-
that. This is exactly what you said. Jim said he wanted to be a dad, but not a full-time dad, and you said you didn't want to be a full-time dad either, so that you would both come in a cup, mix it up, and chuck it at me. And
So
then
you
Jim
would-
said, "Isn't that how girls get pregnant?"
Yes, that's what I say. No, the thing is, Lindsay, because that's the whole thing. Now, even though, pass the microphone back to Lindsay. Now, even though, Lindsay, that you're still young, but your best years are behind you. We could say that. We could say that.
I'm 23. How am
We
I?
saw your Facebook pictures. It's over.
Okay.
You know, each day
I lived a little more.
day I see you, you're slightly worse looking than the last, right?
If I were you, I'd kill
So-
myself now.
So the
Okay,
thing
go
is,
on, go on.
so the thing is, but we think that you have a motherly way about you in sort of that, that fat Italian woman who you must eat, that woman, right? Yeah, you could be,
Andiamo, yeah.
yeah, you could be that one. And I wouldn't mind my kids. I wouldn't want a daughter from you because I like hot daughters.
Right.
But a son,
That's
a
understandable.
nice, hefty sort of son, I'd have with you. And me and Eddie want to have kids, but we don't want to ever live apart ever again. Isn't that right, Eddie?
Right.
We
We're
want to
gonna
live
stay
together for the
together.
rest of our lives.
Really?
I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
I see it every
And
day.
so what we're going to do is we're
Hey,
going
look, wait. Jason just grabbed the microphone. He wants to mention that he's going to be living with us also.
Well, I was actually. How would you guys feel if I was actually came back in time and I'm the future child of you from her?
What is wrong with you? Really, there's something off.
Good
It ain't
story
right.
thread right there, right? No.
Well, we've gotten the autism spectrum out, and we're trying to figure out where he's.
No, it's like Asperger's
But-
or something.
The
It's like a
dumbest thing I've
mild
ever heard.
form.
But April, do you see what we mean? Like we'd be
Fetal
good.
alcohol
We would
syndrome.
like to have kids, but we don't want to be full time. But we want to be good parents.
Yeah, we'll be good parents.
Yeah.
But
we're
like
not
maybe
gay.
Oh,
if
you
we
should have some daughters.
and the kids could come over to the
My
house and we'd be
self-esteem
the two
continues to
dads.
rise when I'm
And
doing
not
that.
necessarily Lindsay, because as I said, we want good-looking kids. You want you know, you want those movie star kids. You want that money when they're older, right? So, but we just want to get one girl knocked up with both of our cum, and then just it's a random child.
So we want to put it in a glass, stir it up, and give it.
So
a,
you don't know whose kid it is?
We don't know
It's
whose
not
kid it
like-
is, but we assume
And-
it's.
No,
and-
they share the parenting.
Just share the parenting.
Just as a wild card, we're going to throw some of Jason's.
I
in there.
smell
Oh, no.
I smell a sitcom here.
That first episode's a
Yeah.
doozy. After the pilot, it's a lot more friendly.
It's only for cable.
But I see some method in that madness. Like we'll have two kids with the woman, because
Then we can play them off each other.
play them off each other.
Thunderdome.
And then if one of them's got rat-like features and bad teeth, I'll be like, that's Eddie's.
And if the other one's fat and pasty, it's Jim's.
Wasn't this just a fun-loving lesbian movie with Annette Bening and Julianne Moore? Isn't this like a similar?
Yes.
Yeah.
What
The
was it
kids are all
called?
kids are all right.
Yeah.
Very similar.
See, guys don't watch that
Yeah,
movie,
me and
so-
Eddie have not seen that film. We were too busy having ice cream sandwiches.
Oh,
Good film.
I've got a funny idea that I'm just curious. I know there's a number, and don't say there isn't.
Okay.
But April, what amount of money would it take you to have sex with Jason?
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason.
There's got to be a number. It's between $1 and $10 billion. $1 and $10 million.
It's gonna be.
I think
Let me say
we should get a
this.
sponsor for Jim's weekly fart on the show.
Do you shit in the microphone
We-
every
we
show?
shit
Is
his
that
pants
I
once.
did episode 6 of Shut
Shit
Myself.
himself.
But each
I
episode,
threw up from it.
each episode you do get one fart that I crack out
At
into
least,
the
at
microphone.
least.
It's like Howard Stern circa
This
1976.
is amazing. I'm gonna say this. It's gonna be closer to the 10 million.
No, come on. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
I'm gonna
If
need some.
if-
Here, I'm gonna need investment properties and some secondary
let's
properties.
be
and
honest.
What if
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like one of those secret millionaires? You don't know by looking at him.
No. But if let's say,
No, I know.
Okay, no one would ever know, and I hand you $20,000.
No, 20,000. No.
You wouldn't have-
Fuck!
look at
I'd
him.
sleep with him for 20,000.
No, you
Good-looking
wouldn't.
guy.
I'm gonna need to see you get cornholed by this fucker for 20,000.
All right. What about me for 20,000?
20,000?
Yeah.
And he has to wear a condom.
Oh, there's multiple condoms.
and-
No. I've been
And a
tested. I've been
and a
tested
wet-
recently.
And a wetsuit.
I've been tested
Can they
recently.
cut a hole in the wetsuit?
Well, but this is the kind of guy that wears a wetsuit and gets a. What'd you get for a wetsuit?
Fuck off! I got a fungal infection on my penis from a rented wetsuit, which, and I wanted to wear underwear. I wanted to wear underwear underneath, and Eddie said no, and I had to have it scraped off with a scalpel and burned. It was fucking horrible, and that was the way I found out about the bad medical service in this country. I couldn't get them to pay out on it because they thought it might be a reoccurring condition.
This is the best. I took him surfing, and he goes, "You sure this is safe?" I go, "Yeah, it's no problem." He goes, "I'm taping a TV show this week." I go, "You'll be fine." He goes, "You sure?" I go, "It's fucking surfing. It's fine." So we go get a wetsuit. He puts on. He goes, "You sure this is okay? Should I put underwear on?" Nobody wears fucking underwear under a wetsuit. He goes, "But this is rented. Don't worry, it's in the water all the time." We go. Not only does he get a fungal infection, but he's looking in the mirror that night, and he's got a black eye.
When the board hit me, it was the worst day of my life, and that's why I don't leave the house.
I'm with you. I'm afraid of rape murder. That's my fear.
Are you really?
murder?
Rape murder combos. Yeah.
Can't control yourself.
I have strange men that
Did you
follow
see
me.
Jason just did a joke there?
What did you do? Did you make a funny, Jason?
Yeah.
What
I
made it
happened?
funny.
Do it
Well,
again. You say that you're afraid of rape, murder, and Jason will do his joke.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, I'm afraid of rape murder.
Because you can't control yourself.
Because he was implying that you're the rapist and
Rapist
the murderer.
You're so silly. Look at that.
Come on.
Attempting to be witty. And that's why it's closer to 10 million.
I want to hear the real number. The real number. Come on.
It's gonna be at least upwards a few 100,000.
Okay. You wouldn't do it for $100,000.
100,000.
I like that you're trying to sell me on it.
You can get the best hooker in the world for $1,000.
Yeah, 7,000.
I don't have any troubles
No, but I'm saying,
getting laid.
No, we're not saying you're having problems getting laid, but the cash.
That's a fucking $100,000.
Cash. I feel that my talent that I will eventually make decent cash instead of being impoverished.
I don't know. I've seen your routine, man.
April, you're doing our podcast.
And I'm excited about the wine.
Is this what you thought the podcast would be?
I did not think I'd be coming down Rape Alley. Yeah, the Rape Cottage. Yeah, it's kind of how I pictured it, to tell you the truth.
Cool. Did you think there'd be a retarded person and Jason in the room?
No, I did not.
Lindsay didn't even get that.
Yeah, no, of course you didn't.
I didn't hear it. No.
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Am I the return?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I was doing one of the Jason jokes. I was leading you down one path and going the other way.
But the abuse is fun. I can understand why. It's very enjoyable. I
it's
really
fun.
like it. Yeah.
You know what? You feed them, you can do
Yeah.
anything to them.
Yeah, you feel bad about
They're like-
yourself. You're like, I'm just going to fuck this guy.
These
Only
people are like rescue dogs to us.
Yeah.
But you have to take me out to eat and stuff like that too, like Snickers ice cream bars.
I can
movies,
spring for that
shoes.
$1.20 at the
Shoes.
grocery
Do
store.
you have a nice couch?
I do.
What else do we get you? Tell her all the stuff we get
What do
you.
you?
Well, I got.
Do you work?
I'm always working.
Okay.
Yeah, he's always
He
around.
goes out with a psychiatrist at the
Dude,
moment. He's
Eddie,
in a couple of
Eddie
days with
took
a
me on my first
psychiatrist.
surfing trip, and I didn't get an infection. That was fun.
Oh.
Do you take
And,
him to like Hawaii and stuff just to abuse him? Is that
I-
part of the fun?
He invites himself to Hawaii, and I say you can come. I like having
We
him
generally
around.
like
Okay.
them. We like them.
You're very likable.
I do like Jason. I don't like the way you've treated him.
Me?
I think
No, we
what
think
you've
you've been
done, you're being
mean.
mean and inappropriate.
Sauce.
Like, who turns to another person, April, and goes, "What's wrong with you?" He was telling a little story.
Oh, I like that you
I wouldn't
laughed. There
fuck
was
him for $10 million.
I wouldn't have sex with him for Who do you think you are, April? Coming to our house, telling our friend that you wouldn't fuck him for $10 million.
I said close.
Well, I'll tell you what, agey grandparents. You're not all that in a bag of potato chips yourself.
Thanks.
I would eat your shit, April Macie.
Go back to blonde.
It's just
No. I love it just how it is. You are seriously the foxiest comedian, yay person on earth.
Thanks.
Oh, did
I
you-
say it to all the guests. Brian McCarthy gets that every time he's in
Yeah,
here.
you need to meet Brian McCarthy.
Have I just made the room all tense and rapey?
Yeah, a little bit.
So what were
Don't tell us to wind up. This is going to be a double episode. It's going so well.
what were you? You were Howard Stern's what? Like hottest comedian or something?
Yeah, like funniest, hottest chick in America.
Yeah,
really?
but you are that. But let's be honest, that's not much tough competition out there. There's not many hot female comics.
Who
is there?
was in it with you?
Whitney Cummings and Esther Koo. I saw like a
Esther
side
Koo?
glance between you two homos.
We don't think Whitney's that hot.
Or she was mean to me.
Was she?
She was mean to me on the plane ride.
Wow.
Yeah, she called my handbag out for being fake. She was like, obviously that's not real. And it was, and I crawled through like a crawl space in Korea to get it. Oh, but it hurt. It hurt something off.
So
She shamed me.
who else was there?
Esther Koo.
Who's she?
She's Asian. Asians are always hot.
No, they're not.
No,
You don't
they
think?
cheat.
No, I
They're
don't.
skinny.
It doesn't do it for me, Asian women. No.
Really?
Most of in my school, because all the immigrants into Sydney are mostly Asian people. My school was 60% Asian, and it was never my bag. But I'll tell you something about me, because I don't think I open up enough on the show. I might look like a spudhead now, but I was a good-looking 16. All right.
Really?
And I was a good-looking 16-year-old. I'll tell you that much. And fucking, although I didn't dig Asian women loved the Jeffreys. Oh, they're fucking mad for us.
Yeah, by the way, he just called himself the Jeffrey.
Jeffries. Yeah.
When that wasn't even his name. It was the Nugent then.
I'd stop telling my real name to people. You're always telling people my real name.
The Jeffries.
What do? There was a little shimmy.
That's why we don't let her talk a lot.
Pass the microphone on to Lindsay for a second.
Lindsay, the intern.
I said I had a case of the Jeffries.
That's because I was sitting in that chair before you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lindsay, what's your number to fuck Jason? The money.
Oh,
Why do you keep doing that?
What's your number? What's your number?
for Jason, what did you say? 10?
I'm gonna say it's
100,000?
close. It's gonna be at least a few 100,000.
Pass it back on to Jason.
No, 100,000. You had to put me out.
You do it for $100,000?
There's gonna be a
She said she
chloroform
just
rag
did if you
involved.
anesthetize.
Lindsay slept in bed with him though.
You snuggled?
We didn't snuggle, no, and you can't bring it up again.
I didn't snuggle with her.
There was some touching. There was
Yeah.
some
There was
casual
some touching.
touching.
Okay,
Showed up drunk, I know that
Lindsay, you
much.
do it for $100,000.
Let's just say that Lindsay woke up in a Jim Jeffries t-shirt.
Now, April, how much for Jim?
Less than this fella.
And I farted down Mike twice, and I've been open about my hemorrhoids. How does that make you feel as a person? He's actually. Oh, come on. Pass it back. Jason,
How does that
Jason,
make you
Jason.
This is supposed to be a light, fun show. You don't want to know how I feel right now.
Are you upset?
please.
Not at all.
Did we
It's,
hurt
fine.
you?
It's just for the show.
He's a-
Don't be
he's a-
hurt.
he's
Don't
a-
be hurt.
He's a black belt in Shaolin. Do you know what that means?
I have no
Jason,
idea.
Jason, are you really upset?
Not at all.
Don't be sad.
Valueless to her, and that you're.
You're not valueless to her. She said you were 10 grand. No, 100,000.
No.
Yeah, that's a little low.
I have no value at that point. It's
Put the microphone up to your fucking
you're
mouth.
giving her a
Christ.
value by putting the price tag on me like
But-
that.
but
He's
she-
always
worth
hurt.
200
But she is more valuable than you.
She
But
gets
watch
paid
this.
200 grand to do me.
This girl is the sexiest comedian, and she's been called this by Howard Stern, the sexiest comedian in America.
Yeah.
She is above you.
Oh yeah. I understand, but you know.
I
I'm
will
worth
say, like
something.
I have some
I'm not
lovely
that bad,
eligible.
really?
No. You're a
Couple
lovely
$100
man.
grand.
You're a lovely man, but I don't want to have sex with you. I don't know why that's wrong.
Frigid.
Now, Jason. Watch this.
That word,
Watch this.
That word
April.
is so damning, and I haven't really used it since high school. There's something about calling someone frigid, which is so harsh. I have nowhere to go with this, but I'm bringing it back into my vocabulary.
But
I'm
April,
sorry to hurt him. I
April,
didn't-
you're not hurting him. Watch this. Jason, how much to have sex with April? How much?
She's pretty good looking. I don't know.
Well,
Snickers ice cream bar.
if you had the opportunity, would you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And how would you?
How are you going to feel walking down the alley
I
after
feel like a
the
bad
show?
person
No,
already.
don't
hurting this
worry
young
about.
man.
Don't worry about coming here because we.
Yeah, we tie him up
Can I
after
tell
the
you
show.
what it is?
Every
It's-
single one of our guests, Jason walks them back to the car.
Oh Jesus Christ! Here's the thing. Like I require. You've been sleeping on their couch for how long?
No, I have
now?
a house. I
Okay, you have a
place.
house.
I have
You
my own
have-
place. I moved out of the couch. It's
not a
I'm not
house.
on the couch anymore. It's not a
Okay.
house. It's an
Oh, yeah.
apartment.
It's
I have an apartment in a nicer part of Venice than these
Okay.
guys, actually.
okay.
There's no crime down that way.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no choke points. And
Well, if
weird
we moved there, the crime
alleys.
would pick up again.
I appreciate
Only crimes
drive
of passion,
and
Jim.
not sleeping on a couch and
Oh yeah, he got his shit
talent
together.
and
Except when I asked him, I said, "Aren't you proud of the fact that you've got a job now? You've got a place to live. You're working." He goes, "No, because I just found out I got 13 more weeks on my unemployment."
that's not where I'm at in life. That's not
Yeah,
not
but I'm working
appealing
on
to
bigger
me.
things, you know. I got ideas.
He's got projects.
Okay,
This
the
guy's
idea is that my
going.
mom's dating a man that wants to drive his board game down to Milton Bradley in North Carolina. He ain't exactly a catch.
Really? I
yeah.
love that. He's trying to invent a fucking board game.
He's like, I'm gonna take it down to Milton Bradley. I'm like, all right.
What's the board game all about?
I don't fucking know. Something crazy.
Is it like the game of life?
I don't know what it
Is
is.
it like you drive a little car around and then
probably.
you go like that?
Can we get a-
Oh, grandparents are falling out. the
You should
back.
have him come over for game night.
Yeah, we gotta have a game night again. We haven't done that.
Yeah, we're gonna do game night.
Oh, we still because we never played Pictionary Man.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I have
I don't
cranium.
even-
Do you want to come to our game night?
I will come. Can I bring cranium?
Yeah, you can bring.
Are you,
Cranium.
no, honestly, will you come to our game
No,
night?
I will, and I'm very competitive. That's
Yeah,
why
me
I don't
too.
want to be on a
So
losing
wait, so much
team.
so that Lindsay leaves.
Wait, pause on it. Lindsay left Monopoly. Tell them why you left
They were
Monopoly.
terrible because they were teaming up And they're just being cocks. If I got a property or if I landed on one of theirs, they're like, fuck yeah, bitch. They would knock my pizza out.
No, what happened was there was, and Jason will confirm what I'm about
I
to
know
say.
exactly how that
She
went down.
got the 2 dark blue properties, the most coveted of all the properties, right? But
Yeah.
not the best properties because no one ever seems to land them. Everyone goes to jail before they come around that corner. There's only 2 of them. They're hard to land on,
It's
right?
like Boardwalk and Park Place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Excellent.
And she
Excellent real
thought
estate.
she had the whole game wrapped up, and there was a bit of dancing
She was
involved.
dancing and singing.
There was some dancing. It was like, I've got
like, I'm
the
walking
blah,
on
Yeah.
sunshine.
She was singing too.
I was not singing.
You were
I
singing.
listen, I done very well
There
for
was a little
myself.
bit of I'm going to win the game. I'm going to win the game. There's dancing,
There was
dancing,
strategy
dancing,
involved?
and then you land on my property. There's 4 hotels. I go, take that, bitch, and I throw the things at her as you
They threw
become
my
bankrupt.
pizza. Yeah, it
and
was
I think she
terrible.
cried and said, "This isn't fun."
You guys are teaming up. We weren't teaming up at all. We weren't selling properties. We were planning on teaming up, but it never even got to that stage.
And we were going to team up on Jason anyways. That was
You
the
were
whole
only
I
planning
got
on teaming
fucked.
up
I
on
got fucked
Jason.
and I wouldn't-
We
I
kept
wouldn't
seeing
let
if we
you
could make Jason homeless in a board game, just like he was in life.
It wasn't,
Oh,
it
I
wasn't fun.
love board games and I love making soup.
Yeah, we'll try it.
I
too.
love
That's where I'm at in life.
All day.
All day.
We belong together.
All day.
I think that's the show right
no,
there.
No, but okay. So, Pictionary Man or Cranium, I'll be happy with Cranium.
Okay, I'll bring it.
Is that the one where you make up definitions and stuff like
No,
that?
that's Boulder Dash.
That's I've never
Know
played
your
Cranium.
games.
I'm really good at Balderdash.
Another reason I won't fuck you is because you don't know your games.
I tell you
Can we
what,
be friends?
you read up.
I'm just fucking with you. It's just for fun. Stop. You gotta fucking. God damn it. Strap on a set of
You
balls.
think you'd be used to being rejected by now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think we should wrap the show up now.
Go to Stitcher Radio. Find us on your smartphones.
Email
where
us
can we
at
find
jimandeddie@yahoo.com.
April.
I'd like to thank my friends at Stern for the t-shirts.
Yeah.
Oh, you can add me on Twitter so I can figure out how to get some fucking followers.
Yeah,
April
yeah.
Macie.
Show your
MACIE.
tits. Show your
I
tits,
will
you'll get-
show my cans.
Yeah, she will show her cans.
April Macie, who I may add, I was in Dallas. I was short of something to have a wank, and they had the April Macie calendar, and I did it in the dressing room. Thank you
All
very much.
right.
No, you didn't.
They have an April Macie calendar.
There is.
And it was you in like the bikini and the thing, and I knocked one out. And
Liar.
February and March are stuck together.
So there's your plug and your whatever.
Disgusting.
I didn't really.
Yeah. All right. So come back, listen to us again. Thanks for all the support. Send us Twitters, emails. Jason loves all the comments, and listen for some more Jasonisms.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Talk.